Welcome to today's first impressions video. Today we're going to be looking at Therapy Simulator, the demo. As you can see in the top right hand corner, there is a roadmap of things that they are planning to release with the full release of the game, which is set to come out on the 2nd of June. This game is pretty bare bones as is, but from the roadmap and things that look quite promising from what I've seen of the game, I'm actually quite hopeful. When I first saw snippets of the game, I was a bit worried that it was going to be taking therapy a little bit too lightly, and whilst it does add some jokey aspects to the game itself, it does actually seem to have some solid advice and solid therapy sort of basics in there, which can give you an idea of what advice to give people that may or may not be suffering from similar sort of issues. That being said, I am not a qualified therapist in any way, shape or form, and my knowledge of the subject is very, very threadbare as well. As always, we'll go quickly through the settings and then we'll go into the game and I'll show you how it works and what they're planning on adding. Hopefully this will change. Again, this is a demo, but the options are pretty lackluster. You've got your graphics quality, you've got your resolution, you've got your FPS, you've got VSync on or off, mouse sensitivity, background music, and sound effects. It would be nice to see some more graphic options on release, some more accessibility options, maybe a serious or unserious mode so you don't have to look at all the silly costumes, etc. Just things like that that could be added in. What I will say is the game does run pretty well. It runs fairly smooth. It's not very graphically intense at all. Some of the fonts are a bit off, but overall it all runs well. So here we are in the game. Now, as it's a demo, you can't save your progress. You have to start again from the beginning if you quit out, which means you have to go through this pretty tired sort of dialogue that you never see again. Once this intern goes home, he never comes back, and as a result is kind of useless. But in the roadmap, they've said that you are going to be able to hire assistants that will help manage your bookings and things as you go along. Also, your experience and level is capped. Once you've earned about 40 XP, you don't earn any more at all. And I'm hoping that you will gain XP for helping the therapy patients as you go through. As it stands, you just get money from them and you can't actually spend any of your money on anything yet anyway. What you can do is you can go through and you can speak to people, speak to your therapy clients, etc. And you will get dialogue options very similar to this. Depending on what you answer will depend on, will help you determine what sort of therapist you're going to be. You can be mean and nasty, but you will lose karma points, or you can be nice and therapeutic and proper almost, and that will gain you more karma and more XP. More karma you've got, from the look of it, more patience you will have. This is your booking seat, and basically you've got your calendar, you've got your management, and you've got your store. You click the slot that you want them on, and then you hit start day. Once you've done that, you gain access to all of this. So again, you've got assistant therapist, you've got secretary, you've got secret employee, you've got therapy horse, therapy cat, and therapy dog so far. Then you've got your growth, so you can see you can expand on your office and expand on the area that you're going to have. Interestingly enough, in the demo, all of this is not in English. So the hiring seems to have been done. Some of that, you've got your assistant therapy and your secretary, but then all of this is in a different language that I don't know what it says. And then you've got your bills coming soon as well. So you're going to have to keep up with rent, you're going to have to keep up with electricity, etc. Then you've got your store, which is where you can buy new furniture, tables, chairs, and paintings, which will, I'm assuming, again, help your karma rating and help your overall level for your patients. Once you've done that, you go ahead and talk to your patient to allow them or invite them into your therapy room. What I will say is that the hitbox of the patients is a little bit off. It can take a couple of times to actually hit them to get that going. Then you can speak to them. And again, you've got their different problems, so you can look at your patient seat before you speak to them, see what the problem is, and see how best to go for it. What we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and interrupt them. We're going to go for all the bad options in this so that you can just see how badly it will go. And then you will get new dialogue options on that. What they've said in the roadmap is you're going to get more dialogue options for the patients going forward, which is going to be really nice to see. Outside of that, there's not a lot going on. Outside of these dialogue options and seeing different patients and seeing the different costumes that they can come up with and how well you do, in the demo, there's not a huge amount to do, and it could get a little bit tedious a little bit quickly. I'm hoping that with the expansion and with more patients coming in, with more furniture that you can add and things like that, that it's going to give you a bit of a sense of progression. Like I say, in this, outside of this first patient, you don't get any more XP. Your karma rating doesn't really matter, and all that matters is you're getting paid, and then you can't spend anything. With the fact that you can't even save your demo progress, that does mean that you're probably going to have to start again when the full game comes out as well. It's not bad. Like, it's a good basic, and for a demo, it does give you a good idea of how the game is going to go. I just wish there was a little bit more in the demo. I genuinely do. So on your daily report, you'll see how many patients you treated, you'll see the experience gained, the office, money gained, any money spent, and your ending balance. I do wish that the fonts and the backgrounds were a little bit more seamless, that they blended in with the background maybe a bit more. But overall, it's not bad. It's a good start. It's a good basics. It's a good introduction to what the game is, what it's going to be. I don't know. I'm in two minds. I think that if they build on this, and if they keep, you know, the dialogue options coming and plenty of options and areas and new rooms and more secretaries, and you can end up owning an entire empire of therapists, and if they build on what you build upon, so if you hire therapists and they go off of what you say to other patients, and that's the sort of practice you gain up, then it gives you a reason to keep your karma level, because people aren't going to be seen by, you know, arrogant arseholes that don't actually want to listen. But there you go. This game comes out on June the 2nd. Let me know in those comments down below what you think. Let me know your thought process. Let me know if this could possibly be a very downward spiral as to the answers that you give and things like that, the potential issues that that presents. I am hopeful though. I think this could be a very good game. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Ciao, ciao.